On the second day of the World Blockchain Forum in London, and we're here with Maarten Boender of Sphereon. Maarten, how are you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. Yeah, looking good today. Wonderful day, and looking forward to today's events. Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Perhaps for the wider public, you can say what does Sphereon do actually?
Yeah, we are basically a software provider. We provide blockchain as a service, and we basically offer a gateway between existing IT systems, business systems like document management, workflow, business process management, those kind of systems that are used in many enterprises, and then basically connect them to blockchain. So. Yeah, basically any company that receives information, content, documents, databases, data, whatever, they are able to process them, and for everything that they receive or create or process, basically we add authenticity and transparency to their systems and to their data.
So that's actually the very important step to attach those systems to each other. What kind of challenges do you meet in practice?
Yeah, in practice is the unknown. What blockchain? Everybody hears about blockchain. Oh, we need to do something with blockchain, but what is the practical implementation? What can we do? They hear of the disruptive power of blockchain, where most people in industry now believe in. But how do you translate that to their current systems? People have invested many millions of euros into their existing IT systems, and they're not going to scratch that from start. So they're looking for ways to how can we leverage blockchain, how can we already start with new business models or new ideas and get that going in our organization without starting from scratch something new and basic. Yeah.
And, you're based in the Netherlands. Can you give an example in the Netherlands of a client, a business case?
Yeah, the first business case that we came into in the Netherlands was basically a environmental agency, an omgevingsdienst as it's called in Dutch, that basically issues permits for buildings where there's an impact on either ecology or on environment. So they basically had a document management system, a workflow system, where they had their processing, the case management system, where they basically took the request, the submitted request, then processed it all the way through the end, and they wanted to become more transparent, and in cases where there were disputes because the permit was denied, they wanted to be able to show to a judge or to stakeholders or to anyone that the process went according to the rules, that any basically objections or things were handled correctly. So they said, okay, let's take the audit trail, let's create an audit trail on blockchain, where we basically every step and every version of documents that we either receive or send out are anchored on a blockchain, so we can always prove the date or the time that this happened and that the document or the data is tamper-proof and unchanged. So.
All right. And for instance, for an omgevingsdienst, what kind of savings can be done? I mean, these IT systems cost a lot. What kind of savings is possible?
Yeah, it's not so much a direct savings as that you do something totally different, but it's especially in this case transparency to all stakeholders, to regulators and things like that. So only on the audit side of the business, they do require less auditing, because the auditors looked at the process as it now is and said, okay, this is fine, we don't have to check this anymore, we can always independently without having access to their system verify a process and verify that everything went according to the rules and regulations.
So in first instance, it doesn't actually cost any jobs, or actually the work of an auditor just changes actually.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it gives much more transparency, and therefore they can lower their cost for the omgevingsdienst or the organization that needs an audit or needs stakeholders to prove things. Another example, we just last Monday we brought a new customer live, which is an international company, financial services company in the automotive. They basically received lease requests basically.
Yeah.
So they get
Leaseplan?
No, that's an international one. I don't know if Leaseplan is, but yeah, they're on the NDA, so I can't mention the name, but just what kind of company they are. And basically they get the request with an ID, with a bank statement, with forms and things like that. So what they do is they anchor those on the blockchain, so that they have the moment of time, and that they can prove that it's unchanged. The documents are authentic. They are basically bundled together, and those bundles then are being resold to financial institutes who want to invest, basically provide liquidity for this financial service company to do their business. Of course, they now can say, okay, we did the KYC process, and we can guarantee, and you can easily check that all the information is correct, authentic, unchanged since the dates that they received. They are able to get a substantial lower costs, so they borrow much cheaper than before. And much quicker, because now there's less of a data room, or less checking by the financial institutes if they buy this financial package and that they borrow money for that's authentic and trustworthy. So that's a big win for them.
And last project to mention is, I think, Tyken. You're also involved with Tyken, the identity on a blockchain for refugees, especially.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, they have an identity token. Basically, let's start that again. So they basically have an identity system, and as part of the identity system, when it's rolled out, people start basically using it. And using means that they receive aid, either food packages or medication or other kind of things. And those are written basically by us on a blockchain. In this case,
which blockchain actually?
Factum blockchain. Factum is nice because it has a fixed price, fixed low price for every transaction. So it's independent. It's basically a stable coin, independent on the fluctuation of the cryptos. And that lock is then being used. One thing is for metrics, so that the Red Cross and other NGOs can see, okay, this is basically what happened. So they can use these metrics to analyze and to use in next cases where they need to provide aid. And the other thing is that they basically give a sum of money up front. So we think that you need this much for food or this much for medicine, and by having everything now, every basically issue of a food package or medication on a tamper-proof log, they can say, okay, now we start changing that, and rather than paying up front, we pay immediately as the aid is distributed for exactly the aid which has been distributed. So
then we avoid like what we've seen in Haiti, the whole world community served like, we have to come a bit like this, the world community served, 500 million or something for Haiti, and part of it went...
We're not talking about fraud here, but basically mistakes, and those mistakes basically can be avoided by using blockchain as a trustworthy data layer. So that's a nice implementation. Again, something which everybody benefits, because the NGOs have less expenditure. The people get what they want, and there's basically less mistakes being made, which makes it cheaper, which means that more money comes available for more aid.
Yeah. Okay, a lot. So thank you very much, Maarten. If people are interested, they can go to Sphereon.
Sphereon.com, Sphereon.com, and SPH, Sphereon.com, Sphereon. So anyway, they can contact us for more information if they want.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day too, eh?
Yeah, I will.